This camera better do me good. I'm doing a test run for this camera, so this is going to be a reading vlog slash a video for me to test how well this camera is. It's a full reading vlog. I'm not going to be talking about this camera. So we're going to see how this camera goes. I did sell my G7X. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's reading vlog, I'm going to be reading new releases that have come out in 2025. I haven't actually really caught up with a lot of new releases, mainly just because any new releases that I've seen, I just haven't really been interested in. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a new Emily Henry book and I just really have no interest in reading it. And then we have a new dystopian romance book that I saw just released and that people are raving about. I have no interest in reading that, mainly because of what I've heard about it. I have 3 books that I'm very, very excited to read, but also very scared to read. Mainly just the 2. Because the first one, honestly, I didn't know it was released this year, but I saw someone that I watch on YouTube post about the book. It intrigued me, and I bought it, and I'm so excited to read it. So I'm going to read it for this video. I have 3 different genres that we're going to read. So this is going to be a really good mix. The first one is Wings of Starlight. I am so excited to read this book. I love Tinkerbell. I especially love Secret of the Wings. No. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? As I grew up, I did become obsessed with the 2 characters that we don't see a story about. And then when I saw that someone was writing a book for these characters, I started squealing and jumping up and down like a little kid. And I finally have it in my hands after it was released and I couldn't get my hands on it for a whole entire month. It's so beautiful. And then the sprayed edges, it's shiny and blue. I love it. I'm so excited to read it. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. I kind of know what it's about. Obviously, it's about these 2 characters, and I'm pretty sure you know how everything happened and we got to the point in the Tinkerbell movie and that kind of thing. And then we have Sunrise on the Reaping. I did read the Hunger Games book years ago, back when I was in primary school, and I cannot tell you what happened in those books because I don't remember. And I just haven't read them again, which I really should. But this book is about Hamish and his games and his story, and I'm very excited and scared to read about it. I know there's a movie coming out next year and we just got, I'm pretty sure it's a full cast, and it looks amazing. It's the exact actors that people have basically fan casted for these characters, and I think everyone just thinks it's like a whole prank kind of thing because it's so well done. I haven't read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yet. I just don't really have much of an interest in Snow's story because I absolutely despise him. But I don't want to be in his head and see him manipulate and do a whole bunch of shit to people. I also didn't like the movie. It was an okay movie. I don't know, maybe I'll have to read the book and then go back and watch the movie to enjoy it a bit more, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. The last book that I want to read for this video I want to start with Wings of Starlight because I'm way too excited. I've been looking at it on my bookshelf and I just want to read it so bad. So we're gonna read this one first and then we will go from there and see out of these 2 what I pick. I do have another book that I need to finish. I've got less than 100 pages to go, so I'm going to finish that today and then hopefully start it tonight, or maybe I'll get that book done early and I can start reading this before I go to work. I highly doubt it, but a girl can dream. A reader can dream, even though she's a bloody slow-ass reader. I should watch Tinkerbell while I'm reading the book. Did I do that? I don't know. Maybe I should. A really nice update on my book that I'm currently reading because I got to 100 pages last night and I had just a little bit that I wanted to update on. This morning has just been a little bit shit. Just a little bit. I don't know if I'm being dramatic. I probably am, but so I started uni 3 days ago. I was gonna print out some readings today and go to a cafe, sit down, go through the readings, try to focus on it because I'm not really good with reading things that are not fiction. So I can't process non-fiction stuff that great. So I was like, why not have a different setting and see if that works? So anyways, I'm on my phone this morning as I get up and the internet turns off. I'm like, great, cool. So I go downstairs and I try to turn it off and on, see if it works. Usually it does after like the third try. It doesn't work. So I turn it off. I go and have a shower. Today's hair wash day. I need to wash my hair anyways. So I go have a shower. Beautiful shower. Okay. I get out. I go to my room. And there is crumbs all over my floor next to my bed. I had Pocky sticks, chocolate Pocky sticks, on my bedside table on top of one of my books. Now, my dog has a habit of eating things that he's not supposed to eat, especially chocolate. And I don't know how he hasn't gotten sick from chocolate yet, but he hasn't gotten sick. Knock on wood, he doesn't get sick from this. He has eaten all of the Pocky sticks that were on my bedside table. Not only has he done that, but he's done this to my book. I know that's my fault. I should have closed my door or not had the Pocky sticks on my bedside table. So that's how my morning has gone. I've had to clean that up. I also haven't had data this morning. I only just was able to recharge my data. Anyways, we're gonna do an update on my book. Let me go get it. It's on my bed. Wings of Starlight. I got to 100 pages last night. I'm on chapter 8 and I am really enjoying it. I don't feel like there's really much to update on. I just wanted to do like a little tiny update because I'm not going to spoil anything that's going on in the book. There's like a big situation that has happened and then the Queen of the Forest has made a decision that Clarion does not agree with. I don't agree with either. I think it's very stupid. So Clarion's gonna meet up with Mallory again because he said that he was gonna meet her at the forest. Even if she wasn't there, he's gonna go there every night for a week. And I'm like, it's not that big of a deal, but it is to me, okay? Not much into the book. I haven't really been reading much. I can't get the book on my Kindle. I can, but it's in a different language. I don't know why this isn't available on my Kindle. I would be probably halfway or a bit over halfway if I had it on my Kindle because there are so many times I want to lay down and read, but I don't want to hold the book. I want to read it on my Kindle, but I can't read it on my Kindle. I am really enjoying it. I love Clarion. Obviously, I will always love her, even if it's her younger version of her. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I really want a Mallory POV. I know it's more focused on Clarion, but it is also about their love story, and I would love, even if it's just a couple chapters of Mallory's point of view, I just want to see what he thinks. Okay? This is one of the times where I want to be in a guy's POV in a fantasy book. Usually I'm not really for that because I don't really see a point. A romance book, I can see a point. Anyways, I am going to print off some readings that I need to do for uni. I want to get to halfway today. So do some uni, get halfway, but we're gonna see how the rest of it goes. Guys, we have gay fairies. There is gay fairies in this book. I had a feeling about one of the characters. I'm gonna say something. I don't know if it's not controversial, but I don't know, something that maybe people will agree with. I feel like with a lot of female guards, I always get the vibe that they're gay or bi. For some reason, like, it's just, I feel like it's that energy. Definitely screams it. And in this book, one of the characters, Artemis, she screams it. And it's just been cool. I really just wanted to pull out the camera and be like, we have gay characters in this. That's all I really wanted to say. I'll probably update when I'm like over halfway because I really have nothing to say. It has been, I think, a couple days since I done my last update, but I am over halfway through the book and I'm gonna get it done this week by the end of it. It's currently Friday. I will get it done on the weekend. I know I will. Unfortunately, I still have uni work to do and work stuff to do, so I might get it done on the Monday instead. I don't know. I am enjoying this book so much. There is definitely going to be something a lot bigger that's going to happen, and I feel like I know how it's going to turn out, but at the same time I'm kind of hoping that I don't. But I love Clarion and Mallory. They had their first kiss and I was giggling and kicking my feet so much. I don't think I've done that in a very long time for a book with romance in it. But we also get just a little bit of a side romance with two other characters that I'm enjoying so much. Like any little sprinkle we get of them, or just Clarion talking to either one of them about it, I'm I'm so like, I just want to I can't put it into words, but I love the side characters so much. 267 pages in, so I'm almost done. I'm enjoying the writing, I'm enjoying the characters, I'm enjoying the storyline. I think it is really good. I'm actually glad that I did pick this book up. It is taking me a little while. I think I started this over 2 weeks ago. It's mainly because I've been going on my phone. But I did this thing with my phone. I saw someone do this because I just go on my phone so much and I really need to get off it when I have the book in my hands, but then I have my phone in my other hand and I'm just scrolling on my phone instead of actually reading my book. There's this focus thing that you can put on your phone. So you go into settings, it says reading, like it's an option, and then you can put how long you want to have that on for. So I have it from around 10:30 to 1, and then so my wallpaper changes and then I have nothing on my phone. I mean, if I swipe across, of course, but it's just like, if I go on my phone, it's like, oh, I can't touch anything, let's read or do uni. I think it's always been there, but it's just I never looked into doing any of that focus thing. I have a book that I'm actually wanting to switch with a different book in this video, so I'm not going to read Head Cases anymore for this video. I'm going to read another book and I'm going to read it after I finish Wings of Starlight because I am so excited to read this book. I cannot wait, and considering it's Pride Month, I thought it would be like the perfect time to read it as well. It came out, I think, 2 days ago. Am I still going to buy the book on my Kindle? Yes, I will do that anyways because I like to have physical copy and an ebook. Mainly ebook when I want to lay down and read, and then this book when I'm just sitting and doing whatever else. This book is a sapphic vampire fantasy. Does that not sound intriguing? That sounds so intriguing to me. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. There was another book that I was gonna get by Rachel Gillig, I think it is. I have her on my shelf. It's she wrote One Dark Window, the trilogy, and I was gonna buy the book, but I was like, you know what, I'll buy it on my Kindle. I'm still gonna buy the physical book, but I'll get it on my Kindle first, so I'm gonna do that. I am going to head out with my mum because we're gonna go to Costco, and I'm gonna bring my book along so I can read in the car. We're gonna see how far we can get. I'm hoping to maybe finish the chapter that I'm on the way there and back. It is long. This chapter is very long. I think it's over like 15, 17, 18 pages. Clarion putting Elvina in her place and not putting up with her bullshit anymore is so good. I love it. She's like, no bitch, you've done nothing. I've been doing shit. You've done absolutely nothing. And you tried to keep me in the dark about all this shit. Go, bitch, go. Go, bitch, go. Go, bitch, I'm gonna try and make this not look creepy. I have to use my light because our power just went out. I'm on the last chapter. I was just about to start it and the power goes out. And it's not just our house, it's other houses as well, and the streetlights have gone out too. I think someone's done something because it's not raining, it's not thundering, and usually the power goes out when it's raining and thundering. A ship has sailed, it's sailing, and I'm so happy. I'm so beyond happy. I would really love to finish the book. I mean, I can't because I have my light, which is great, but I just want to know what's happened because I don't think I'm going to be able to read without knowing what's happening. So I finished this last night during the power outage, and by the end of the book, the lights came back on. I finished the book, I stared at it for a couple minutes, and then I went onto TikTok and looked at edits and cried. That was the only time that I actually cried. I thought I was gonna cry while reading this book, and I didn't. This book is 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. I didn't go into this book with very high expectations because obviously it is a young adult book, maybe a little bit younger. It might go towards like the 12 and up kind of age range. I missed being in Pixie Hollow. Obviously we didn't have the original characters that we're used to seeing except for Clarion and Mallory, but I enjoyed it so much. And this book had lesbians. I don't know why I was so surprised to see lesbians in this book. But anyways, I also really enjoyed the writing. I think it was beautifully done and love the writing. I love the characters. I love being back in the world. And it was a bittersweet ending. And I kind of loved that. I knew it wasn't going to be obviously a happy ending considering how the Tinkerbell movie had gone between Clarion and Mallory. And I did watch the movie yesterday, as you saw, and it's just kind of like you read this book and you're like, I love that it's bittersweet, but I want them to be together. And then you go and watch the movie and it's over 300 years later. I only just found out 300 years that they had not seen each other, but yet they still loved each other so much. And when they were able to be together, like she could go over to Winterside without, you know, having to wear a whole coat and cover her wings because they only found out and figured out 300 years later that you could frost the wings so they could be together. And I was just like, oh, but all that time, after 300 years, they see each other again and they still love each other no matter what. Like, it has not gone away. And I absolutely love that. There was a little part that I had talked about and I didn't really explain it well, so I'm just gonna explain it here and then continue with the video. One thing I did really like was seeing Queen Clarion be kind of free, I guess, and reckless, which was really nice. Obviously, because we are seeing her as her younger self, we do see her, you know, kind of ignoring her duties just a little bit, being careless and seeing her actions of being careless, which obviously led to her and Mallory kind of being split apart, but also, you know, having to have these rules set between the seasons, and I just really enjoyed that. I don't know why at the time I couldn't really explain that well, but I just felt very passionate that I couldn't put anything into words. But yeah, anyways, back to the video. And then seeing Mallory, and I'm kind of sad that we didn't. This is third person, so you're not really inside their head, but at the same time, it's like you know what they're thinking. Even though we didn't see his thoughts, you know how much he loved her and that he wanted to protect her. And he literally said it so many times in the book, he does not care about his wings. If it meant him losing a wing and having her in his life or just being around, that's all that matters to him. And this is my first 5-star of the year. I highly recommend reading this book if you love Tinkerbell, if you love Pixie Hollow, but more importantly, you love Queen Mallory. For God's sake, that is like my third time saying that. Queen Clarion and Lord Mallory, and you want to know more about their story, read this book, okay? For God's sake. We're gonna move on to the next book that we're gonna be reading, which is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I'm having beef with my Kindle, and I've been having beef with it for quite a little while. I had to restart my Kindle for it to actually work properly so that I could buy the book because I used my Visa gift card. It's worth $100, and $100 worth of books for my Kindle What mocking is that? I bought 3 books already, and then I found out one of the books is on Kindle Unlimited, so I've just borrowed that. Here is the book. I'm going to start it after I finish some uni work because I have not done that yet and I need to for this week. I hope it lives up to my expectations. My expectations aren't that high because I know nothing about the book, but at the same time, I hope I enjoy it. I really do, because I do like V. Schwab's writing. I've only read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and I did really enjoy the writing. I thought it was beautifully written. Did I really like Addie herself? Not really, but nonetheless, writing was beautiful. Everything else was really good. Update for the book. In the physical book, I am currently 130 pages in, and then on my Kindle, I'm around 150 to 160 pages in. I've been mainly reading it on my Kindle because I'm able to lay down and read, and I've just been enjoying doing that a lot. I started this a couple days ago, and I have not felt like I've wanted to read a book so bad until this one, as of this year, because this year reading has not been great. I've only read about 12 books and only one of them is 5-star. I mean, that book I did want to pick up a lot, but not as much as I wanted to pick this up. I do have one little thing about the book that is kind of bumming me out and taking me out of the story a little bit, but I'll get to that in a minute. So far, I've only been in 3 POVs. One of them you only see once, and then 2 are our main characters. So we have Maria, who is set in 1532, and then we have Alice, who is set in 2019. With Maria, she basically kind of just wants to run her life the way that she wants. Obviously, in that time, it's all about being born, growing up, and finding yourself a husband, giving your husband heirs, and then sitting at home and really doing nothing and just taking care of the kids and not being able to go outside. Mainly for Maria, she's not allowed outside. Her husband bought her a horse, but she's not allowed to ride it without him, and if she tries, they're gonna put the horse down. Her family's not that great either, especially her older brother. He's a real asshole, and so is the mother. And then we have Alice, and she is kind of introverted and is kind of finding her way in life when she is in uni. She kind of wants to be a little bit more popular and have more friends, go out a bit more, be the person that is like, you know what, I'm gonna go out, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna party and all this kind of stuff. I can relate to her at some points, but at the same time, I really just like sitting in bed and reading my book with a good cup of tea. And then she meets a girl, and then something happens. We haven't gotten to the other POV, which I'm pretty sure her name is Charlotte. I'm really enjoying the book so far. I absolutely love the writing. I feel like V.E. Schwab is just one of those authors that I'll be able to pick up and be hooked from the very first page because of how good her writing is. We have gotten to vampires now. I wasn't expecting to have vampires from the very first page, but at the same time I kind of was, but I'm enjoying it. It's still good nonetheless. My only issue with the book, and I've been seeing this so much recently in all other books that I've been reading, there are so many grammar and spelling mistakes. I don't know if a lot of authors have editors to edit their books and go through them multiple times, but I think maybe, I don't know, I'm not in the publishing industry, but there are so many mistakes in this book that are so easy to catch, and unfortunately when I read it, it takes me out of the book. It just feels like it's been happening so much with all the books that I've been reading recently, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if these authors are just trying to write these books and get them out as quickly as possible. I feel like that's maybe what's been happening, especially with authors like Freida McFadden. I swear to God, she has a book out every single month, and I cannot catch up with any of her books. I've only read The Housemaid, and I do want to read some of her other books, but it just feels like so many authors are just writing and publishing and putting books out so fast without actually going back and rereading their books, going through and seeing if they've made any grammar or spelling mistakes, or sending it to an editor and going through the book themselves. And I'm not saying this is going to be a bad book because of those mistakes. I'm going to try and move past them, but at the same time it does become very hard to move past them when they come up so much more frequently than like once or twice, and it's every couple pages. I think that's all I really wanted to say about these books. I'm really enjoying the two characters that we've been seeing so far, and they're very different from each other. I'm going to continue reading this. I'm going to take off my makeup, have my tea that is currently sitting here. I don't want it to get cold, but I've got my friend's mug. Shouldn't have, but I did. I just went to go to the post office to drop off some books that someone had bought from Depop yesterday. I ended up going to the bookstore. I was looking for Sword of Kaigen because someone that I watch who does streams on Twitch, she's also a reader, and she's been reading it and saying that she's really enjoyed it. And I was like, I'm gonna go see if they have it. They don't have it. It's not even available on their website. So yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get anything. There's nothing here that I'm gonna really get, so I'm gonna leave. I looked down. Yeah, I got a sapphic medieval fantasy book, and so I bought it. I really hope you enjoy it. I'm kind of excited to read it. I really kind of want to read it maybe after Buried Bones in the Minute. So I'm on a sapphic queer fantasy kick right now. I'm in a sapphic mood when it comes to reading right now. So a whole bunch of books that I've added either onto my Kindle or I've bought are sapphic. Anyways, I'm gonna get home. I have about probably 150 pages left of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. So I'm gonna finish it and then do like a full update. Or maybe if something shocking happens or there's something I really want to update about, I will update. It is currently 12:25 a.m. I am whispering because people in my house are sleeping. I'm in Charlotte's POV and nothing is going well for her. I've just stopped reading a scene because I don't want to continue. I want to pretend the last chapters don't exist, and I still have more chapters. I have like probably 8 chapters to go, and I don't want to continue because I know they're going to get so upset and I'm probably going to cry. Finish what? I am coming for you. Don't know what to say about this book. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what I want to rate it. Still between a 4.5 to a 5. The writing, well, chef's kiss. Absolute love V. Schwab's writing. I wish I could just take some of these quotes out and put it all over my wall because they're just so good. I really enjoyed Alice and Charlotte. I think they were really great characters. They were characters that I could easily agree and disagree with. There were things that either Alice said that I could agree with but also disagree with. Same with Charlotte. Sabine, I love the way that she was written, but I really did not like her as a character. The more that I read about her, the more I disliked her. At the start, I really did enjoy the character and just how she thought of her life in that time, but then it just progressively got worse, and it's like there were very clear signs from the very start, but she was just so well written that I hated her as a character. The times that we were set in, I actually really did enjoy. We have 3 different times that we were set in. We have the 1500s, the 1800s, and then the 2000s, and just seeing every different time, and in each time we see the way that the world evolves but also how much it changes, kind of for the worst at times, and how just different everything is, especially with people who are part of the LGBTQ community, and especially in the 1500s, you would not want to say a word at all. But was I happy that they all met. Yes and no. For very different reasons. It's very, how do I say this? Everything is basically two sides of the same coin. I can't really say much without giving too much away, because this book is definitely not what I expected. Were there lesbian vampires? Yes. Were they toxic? Yes. Did I love every single minute of it? Yes. It's also not a complicated world, and I feel like V.E. Schwab doesn't go into a complicated fantasy. The last book, as you know, that we're going to read for this video is Sunrise on the Reaping. I am absolutely terrified for this book. I don't think I'm mentally prepared, but I'm going to read it. I don't think I need to read the other books to understand everything, because this is Haymitch's Games, and obviously the Hunger Games is based on Katniss, which is years later. I might need to also send Suzanne Collins my therapy bill, as well as V. Schwab.
We can hear a faint but piercing tone that must be deafening in her head. We're supposed to act like allies now, and I figure Lenore Dove will never know, so I pass over my token.
I don't think I've done a reading update on this book. Maybe one, but it might have been like a tiny one, I don't know. But I did take a break from reading this book for about a week. I read something else and then I came back to it. And I've just been listening to the audiobook. It's just one of those times where I need to listen to the audiobook instead of reading the physical book. But I've been listening to the audiobook and I'm now over halfway. I'm almost done. I think I have about 2 hours left in the audiobook. First half of the book is supposed to be, you know, getting to know everyone, seeing how Haymitch got into the games and the training, the interviews, all this shit that you see happen, and it's so messed up. It's so disgusting. I absolutely hate it, but I just couldn't get through reading it, and I think because the chapters are extremely long and it felt a little bit slow for me. Obviously it's going to be slow. You're not going to get into, you know, picking out the tributes from the bowl thing, whatever, and then training into the arena. You're gonna get more, but it might have just been as well the writing. I think the writing's good, but at the same time I don't really know how to feel. I can't really articulate my words properly. Second half of the book obviously is them being in the arena and trying to survive. We're like 2 days in and I'm like flabbergasted. You know when you just have that character like Snow and you want to go into the book and go, that's how I feel right now. I'm currently on page 244, chapter 18. I feel like this right now when I'm reading this. I feel mainly dead on the inside. Obviously, Suzanne Collins is going to make you feel absolutely disgusted by this and revolted. One thing I will say is that I kind of wish that this was made maybe a year or two after the Hunger Games trilogy, because this does feel like it's supposed to be made for a movie, and obviously it is, because once this was announced, the movie was announced, which was a very weird setup, I guess. So I don't know if they got an ARC copy and everything and they were just working together to make it into a movie, but it just feels like it's supposed to be made for a movie. You know what I mean? I am going to go on the treadmill and I'm going to continue listening to the audiobook, and I will update when I'm finished with this book. I haven't done many updates on this, but I haven't had anything to update about until they got into the games. But we did see Effie, and I'm very happy that I saw her. I have no idea when I'm gonna have time to actually film this during the day, so I'm gonna film this now. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. I finished Sunrise on the Reaping this morning. I was listening to the audiobook last night because I was like, I have nothing else to really do and I don't feel like reading my other book, and I wanted to get the book done by the end of July. So I listened to the audiobook and I started to fall asleep. I was in and out of sleep. It's like I could still hear it as I was like asleep. Like I was like half asleep, and then I'd wake up and then I'd have to turn myself around and try and keep my eyes open to listen to it, because I know if I close my eyes and try to listen to it, I'm out. I got to like a shocking part of, I think it was not the last chapter, the second last chapter, I think it was, and I was like, oh shit, I can't stay awake for this. And it was so heartbreaking. I didn't cry because I was half asleep, but I was just listening to it. I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is everything happening so quickly? Hello? I don't really know what to rate it. I think I'm gonna rate this book like a 3.5. I'm really disappointed that I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. So many people were raving about this book and saying how heartbreaking and devastating and traumatizing this is, and it is, but I feel like we spent so much more time preparing for the games and doing interviews and talking to other characters and trying to get attached to other characters that you know are gonna die, and then you get about, I don't know, like 100 pages of them being in the actual arena. It's about that much as them in the arena, and do you see how much you have of them before they go into the cornucopia? And then this is like the aftermath. So it was very slow, especially in the 60% mark, and I was just so bored. Like, honestly, I understand Suzanne Collins was trying to get you to feel for these characters. I feel like I felt more upset about the kids that got put into the games because they're so young. I mean, all of them are so young because you get picked so young and you have more chances, unfortunately, when you're younger. And I'm very happy that I listened to the audiobook instead, or else I would have never honestly finished the physical book, or it would have taken me a very long time to read. The singing in this book, I don't think I've heard more singing in a book than I have this one. And the amount of references and Easter eggs to the trilogy, or to, what's it called? The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think it gets to a point where it's not even an Easter egg, it's just more, I think she was adding them in there not as like an Easter egg, just more because she can. The first maybe 2-3 times would be okay, but it was almost every single chapter. Okay, this isn't a musical. Don't make this into a musical, please. I think as well, a lot of us wanted to see Haymitch's games and how it affected him afterwards. I think, to be honest, yeah, the games messed him up, but I think it was the events that happened after, which you're giving all that to us in like 40 pages? Hello? All time, I felt like nothing was happening, and then when something would happen, it would happen in about 20 pages. I don't really know what to say, especially with the ending. It felt like, whoa, he's made it through, he survived. Shit happened right towards the end, but he survived. Let's go home. Oh no, drop all this shit on him. Here you go. This is Haymitch's story. I don't know. That's what it felt like to me. I don't want to say that was not the right time to read this book, because I was in the mood to read it, and I am a mood reader. You know, it wasn't like I was forcing myself to read the book. If I wanted to DNF the book and pick it up later, I could have been like, hey guys, sorry, I'm not gonna read it. I wanted to read it. I wanted to see Haymitch's story, but unfortunately I was a little bit disappointed by it because it just felt like it was read for a movie. You know, you can't please everyone with a book that you make, and you know, not every reader is going to be pleased with the book. So I'm still excited to see the movie. That is the last book for this video. We're going to put you here. I'm going to put Katniss back because she's just been currently laying here. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If there are any new releases that you think I would enjoy that are coming out towards the end of the year, put them in the comments below and I can have a look at them and I might read them. I might do a part 2. I think this is fun. It's good. I know there's so many new releases coming out and I'm so excited for them. I also want to go back to doing like singular reading vlogs for like specific books. If I want to do a reading vlog on the Silk High again, I want to kind of do that things because I love to talk about books, especially things that are happening in books, and it becomes very hard when things are spoiler free. Like, these videos are fun. I love reading multiple different books and different genres in one video, but at the same time I would love to just be able to talk about one whole book in a video. I miss those kind of videos. No one does them anymore and I miss them, so I'm gonna make them. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!